Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 8 here on Riverbend Springs with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, I'm actually recording this Christmas Eve morning, and this episode should come out right around New Year's, I'm thinking. But I wanted to take this opportunity to say I hope everyone watching had a fantastic Christmas with their families, and I wish you all the best in the coming new year. But we are not thinking about Christmas here on Riverbend. It is the end of June, June 3rd, the last day of the month for us. And we have some work to do. But first, I've got a couple things I want to bring you up to speed on. It is about 10:30 in the morning. We're getting a little bit later start because we had a shower first thing. So I was waiting for that to stop. Now, we have a roller here, as you can see. You can also see our tractor is still wet from the shower. I did end up purchasing this roller. We did have the money from contracts, so I thought, oh, I might as well purchase it because we did do some rolling contracts last spring. But so far, no contracts because I have a roller available, apparently. And I added this. This is a mod from Gaming Joy. It's his fill station. And what this allows us to do now is buy our products like lime, seed, fertilizer in bulk. We get a bit of a discount because we're buying in bulk. And that means we don't have to run to the shop all the time and deal with those big bags. So I put that in. And this version of the fill station here in 25 is colorable, so I picked white for the farm. So, like I said, it's the end of June. This episode is actually going to encompass 2 months, end of this month and the start of next month. Now, I was going to start by baling our grass. As you can see, I have it mowed and windrowed, and we're ready to make our first silage bales. But because we had that shower this morning, I think we'll leave that and we'll do our next chore, which was going to be the last thing I did, but we'll do it next. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put in our long promised chicken pens in this area right here. Now I'm going to do that off camera because I'm going to do something a little bit different. So I will leave you here and I will bring you back in, and at that time we'll have a chicken pen here. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Well, there we go. Our chicken coop is in, and it's actually made up of 2 base game elements. First, this one here, which is the small chicken barn, and it originally held 20 chickens, and I really wanted to use this because I thought it fit really good on the farm, but I wanted more than 20 chickens. So I went into the XML, and I don't know if you can see in the bottom right there, but it now holds 100 chickens, and I also added 2,000 liters to its food capacity as well. But I didn't think it was a big enough enclosure to actually house 100 chickens. So I solved that by putting this chicken pasture beside it. Now I just left it as standard in game, so it's 32 chickens, I think it holds. And so the idea is I put the pasture in first, and then I used free mode, and I put the chicken coop, and I tried to hide the fence as best as I could to make it look like it was all together. And I think it worked out okay. I'm happy with it. And so now we have 130 chickens. And the reason I just didn't put a fence in is because I wanted there to be chickens in here. So it's more for the visual of it than to actually have more chickens. So I'm happy with that. I think it turned out good. Now, I did advance time a little bit, so it's almost 2 o'clock, and I did that because once we get buy some chickens here in a second and throw some feed in, we'll get right on to that baling, and I don't have to do another jump cut. So let's get some chickens. Oh, and I should say, like, we're down to 31,000. That cost almost $10,000 to do that. You might think it's not a whole lot of money left for like 2 months of contracting, but don't forget I bought the the roller and the a buy point for our fill station. There's the word I was looking for. I found it eventually, and I usually do. Anyways, on to chickens. So what shall we do in here? Um, well, I'll tell you what. They multiply fairly quickly, so we'll start with 10. I think will be fine. So we'll do 10 chickens. Okay, and there we go. You know what? Let's put some chicks in too, because I don't know what they look like. So let's put in 10 chicks as well. Why not? So, oh yeah, they're cheap as chips. So we'll see what they look like. Oh, is that a little gap? Oh, there they are. They're not as small as I thought they'd be, but they are smaller. Now, I didn't change the visuals. I left them the same. I could have adjusted the number of chickens it drew, but I didn't think that would be very realistic either. And so let's go in here, and what we'll do in this pen, what the heck, we'll put in 10 as well, 10 full-grown chickens. And we should throw a rooster in there. So that what gives us 10 adults and 10 chicks and a rooster. Oh yeah. And that gives me the look I was hoping for. So I'm pretty happy with that. And it works out that the egg spawn points here are right beside each other, so that's kind of handy. All right, let's go jump in the John Deere, and we'll throw some wheat in there for those guys. And get them fed. John Deere sitting right here. Boy, it's in a bit of a state, isn't it? Get her fired up here. Let's find a gear. And trailers here on the other side of the yard. Turned out to be a pretty nice day here on the farm after that little sprinkling of rain. Pretty happy to get the chickens in. It only took a year on the farm to get that done, but hey, better late than never. Now, put my head on the swivel here. Oops. Don't really need the window open, although it's a nice enough day, it wouldn't hurt. So between the two, just be 3,500 liters, I guess. Something like that. So that's what we'll aim for. I should fill them both up. Whoops. Wanted to be out of cab, but I really like to see where I'm going. Zoom out here a little bit. There we go. Always helpful when you can see where you're going. Wheat and oh, that should be more than enough there. This one will likely have to back into, I imagine, here. Okay, let's try and avoid those trees, shall we? Perfect. Well, there we go. So in a little, whoops, in a little while, we should see some eggs. Nice. All right. Well, I'm going to get this dumped back in the silo, and I'll put the trailer away and onto the baler. And, well, you know what? You guys might as well just stick around. What I'll do here is we'll get this dumped, and I can just leave the trailer sitting. That saves doing a jump cut, and we'll just run over to the baler and get hooked on and do some baling. Then I might need to wash the tractor after I do this. It's in quite a state, as I said. New farm stick hasn't arrived yet, but I'm hoping it won't be too much longer. Alright, I suppose we need to unfold this, turn it on, lower it down. Oh, jeez. Oh, we were just about full. Didn't even notice that. That's from a baling contract I did. I'll zoom out here a little ways so we can see what's going on. Now, I agonized quite a bit over what to do with these bales, and what I have decided, we are going to store them for now, and I'll probably just find a place to line them up, maybe along the edge of our cattle pen, but we're going to store them until we get peak price, and then we're going to sell them, and we're also going to sell the straw. I was thinking of hanging on to them to feed the cows and make TMR, but really we are not going to need TMR for quite a while, or maybe even ever here on this map. Who knows how long we'll stay on here. I do know Comston is very close to being released. There's some early stuff out there, but I'll likely play on it, but I probably won't do a series on it because I did a long series on that in 22. But I'll likely go on it and play on it just a little bit to see what the differences are. But when there is an interesting map that comes out, we will likely move on. Or maybe not. Let's see how the spirit moves me and how well viewed this series stays. I am still working on the Can You Survive 25 challenge on here, so I'll have a game save on Riverbend for the entirety of FS25. Haven't been putting many hours on that, but I have been, getting on it some. But I have been concentrating on this and the New Frontier series. I'm making sure I get that content out first, because the other is just doing updates on there. So anyways, for that reason, I'm going to sell off the straw and the silage bales, and we'll use up that hay, just because the silage is far more valuable and we can use the cash to kind of expand on the farm. Oh, and you know what, Farmer Murphy, if you put the pickup down, you get a lot more grass in the baler. There we go. You know what, maybe I'll either stack them in that little alcove there, the cutout of the cow pen, or there's a little spot I noticed right back there. I might stack them there. We'll just stack them out of the way, but there's no need for us to sell them off urgently. We'll wait until we get best price. And we really don't have any way to transport to the store right now anyways. Get out here and get swung around. The contracts weren't quite as lucrative this time around as they were last time. Of course, I guess technically we started in August, so they're you know, things may pick up. But there was one day there where I couldn't even find 3 contracts I could do. I only had 2 of it available for the equipment we had. So maybe things will pick up. But I did stick to my rule, only a maximum of 3 contracts a day. And I used only our equipment. Did get a sweet $10,000 bale contract though, so that was pretty nice. Now what I'm going to do a game save once I get these bales off the field, and I am going to mulch and then see if I can roll. I'm curious if we can do that, and I'll let you know the result of that. I'll just do that off camera. And then I need to decide, you know, if we can't, which I suspect we probably won't be able to do that, we're going to have to decide whether what's more important to us, mulching and getting that extra 3%, or rolling and not having to fertilize. So I will, when I bring you back in next, I'll let you know what we decided, because I'm going to do that off camera, and we are going to jump ahead to next month. That's why I came in at the end of June, because our canola will be ready to harvest, and we're going to show some of that. So pretty, hopefully you found the exciting episode with the chickens and the new baler, and we'll do some harvesting. Oh, I know we've shown baling on here, and with this baler, we've used it pretty much on every, yes, look at that. That's the trouble with doing automatic drop. Stuff like that happens. Good thing there's no traffic on that road. I'll get that fixed up. Should have turned it off quick. Thought I'd just stay silent for a little while so you guys could just listen to the equipment working. The sound is pretty good in FS25, and when you're going across the field, you know, you can hear the equipment clanking and clanging as it goes over the rough field. They did a pretty good job. You know what? We're going to sit and wait for this one to unload here. One on the road is enough. I have seen a couple edited versions of this baler kicking around. Oops, sorry about that. I never actually looked at them, but it would be. I know the one was to turn it in like to the quick bale. That I wasn't interested in really. The biggest thing I liked about the quick bale was the wide pickup. I don't mind waiting for them to unload like this. At least on the size of fields we're dealing with on here. But if there was a one that, getting back to my thought, one that modified it so you could do 150 bales, that I would maybe entertain. Just a little larger bales. Anyways, I don't want to use up all our time, so I think I will leave you there. I will get this baled and taken off, and I'll do that little test, and I will see you when we're ready to harvest some canola next month. So I will catch up with you then. Well, good morning and welcome back to the farm. It is the next day, the first day of July. You can see our canola is ready to harvest. I have my lucky harvesting hat on, and we're going to get going on that here right away. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I probably should get up a little earlier because we got rain coming in a couple hours, so our harvest might get paused for rain. Our money is back up to just over 41,000 because I did squeeze in 3 hoeing contracts yesterday before the end of the day, so that got our money back up, and our hoe is definitely 100% paid for. And there's our bales stacked neatly there. Now I will fully admit I did that with super strength because I wanted to stack them up nice and neat and tidy, so they took up as little room as possible. And that's the nice thing about silage bales. You know, they're wrapped. They can sit outside in the weather. Oh, you know, I just had a thought. Speaking of weather, what if a tornado comes? It'll probably... All right, you know what? I might need to restack those undercover someplace. I kind of forgot about that. The tornadoes coming and, you know, scattering them around. Okay, another job to do. Now, our grass field, if I turn that on, you will see it's at 97% again. So it has been rolled. It was not mulched because you can't mulch it. I tried it, mulching it, and nothing happened. And we do have a base game mulcher. I checked, so it wasn't like there was an issue with a modded piece of equipment. So that's fine. So I rolled it, so we didn't have to put fertilizer on it. But I just find it's odd that we're paying a 3% yield penalty for not doing something that can't be done. You know, it should be 100% to my mind because we've done everything we can do. But enough talking about that. Let's get in the harvester here, get it fired up because, like I say, rain is a coming. Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Unfold it. There we go. Yeah, so I do, whoops, I was already down apparently. I do find that odd that, you know, we would lose 3% yield. Anyways, it is what it is. And so, what now, 15 more times of rolling that field. And our grass roller will be paid for. Now, I don't know if you can just see there's a little bit of crop damage here because we had a hailstorm go through. And it did a little bit of damage here to our canola. It did a fair bit of damage to our barley, or sorry, our oat field. But the interesting thing was it happened between planting and rolling. And when I was rolling, I noticed these kind of patches. I thought, what the heck was going on? And then I remembered we'd had a hailstorm. But interestingly, those patches grew back in. Probably because I'm guessing they just indicated if crop had been up where it would have been destroyed, but because our crop was still in the ground, it didn't actually destroy it. So that's good. And like I said, it did very little damage to our canola field, just the odd little bit here and there. Now, I have decided that I am going to combine these two fields here into that grass field. So once we get this harvest off, that's what we're going to do next episode actually, is we are going to get these combined. Now we'll put them kind of slightly off cycle because that field, our current grass field, will be a month ahead, but they'll soon get synced up at the for next year. That's not a problem. Now, I had prepped for this recording a few days ago, and in the meantime I'd been watching some videos. Now I don't recall who it was, but someone had said that there is actually no benefit in waiting till the second stage of harvest on grass like there used to be in 22. If you cut it on first stage, you got half of what you would get if you waited till it was ready second stage. But apparently that is not a thing right now, and I actually waited till second stage growth. Oops, we want to be careful here because we got crop destruction on. So we could actually cut our grass a month earlier without facing any yield penalty, from what I understand. So we're going to put that to the test next time. Oops, I thought I changed direction. Maybe didn't push the button quite hard enough. Now I did put a mod in that's supposed to stop the combine and keep you from running over your crop when it's full. So we'll see if that works, because if you've been watching my channel, you know I am infamous for doing that, to get talking and run over some crop. We have technology now that should prevent that. Yeah, we should have enough room that we don't need to back up. We can just swing around. So this, once we get these combined, it'll give us 3 good sized fields. 2 crop fields, 1 grass field. We should make pretty good money off of this, because silage is still a pretty good payer here in FS25. Once we get all the hay fed out to the cows, though, we will need to hold back some silage bales to feed the cows. Yeah, we'll turn this on. Oh, we can do this entire field without having to empty. I'm pretty sure. Now I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to put those bales. I don't really want to put them in where the harvester is because they'll... Although there might be room to stack them in front of the straw bales there, I suppose. Especially if I cheated and used super strength to do it so that I could stack them in nice and neat because there was still a little room available. And then because I don't want to block the hay bales. That's the issue because we are feeding those to the cows. Although I could easily stick them in the big barn. There'd be room in there for them. I'll find some place for them, but I guess I better put them under cover. Or what I could do, thinking aloud here, is I think there was that bale storage that you could put outside. I used it in 22 quite a bit, and I think it's available in 25 as well. And I could put that in that spot, and then they could sit outside and they look like they're sitting outside, but they're actually in the bale storage. Of course, then I guess it kind of defeats the purpose of having tornado damage on. See, there's a little bit of a spot there where there was a little hail damage. We really dodged a bullet there because there was quite a bit of damage would have been done to our oat field, but like I said, just timing wise it worked out. Because I'm sure if our oat crop had been up, we would have seen that damage in our standing crop for sure. It'll be interesting to see once I get all this canola off what it will be what it'll be worth. I was planning on doing all of this harvesting and then wrap up with that, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I spent a little bit more time than I planned, and with the rain coming, obviously that's going to force a delay, so I think I'll have to wrap it up here pretty quick actually when we're done this field. Like I said, it is Christmas Eve, and I've kind of run out of time in real life. I need to wrap this up if I know what's good for me. I have a couple last minute chores I need to do, as I assume a lot of people have. It's after lunch here now. Now I missed a little piece, and you know what? You know me, I just can't stand that. So we'll just run up here and grab it. And we got just under 7,000 liters off of this field. That's the smallest of our three, so should have over 21,000, probably maybe, I'm going to guesstimate 25,000 liters. So that's something to come back for next episode. We need to jump out of cab here to do this, so we'll see what the heck I'm doing. Oh, where's my pipe not going out here? Alright, that always used to be the command for the pipe. Huh, that'll be darned. Let's turn this on. We'll do it with the keyboard then. I wonder why that is not working. I shall have to do a little investigating. Maybe I did a key binding over top of it or something that I didn't realize. Well, there we go. Field 1 done. And I will have to leave you there. Like I said, oops, I will work on those other fields and get them taken care of. Uh, Not sure I'll get it in before the rain. We'll see. It won't matter to you because you won't be here for it anyway. But once again, I wish you all the best in the new year. And if you're still watching, I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this lands, why hit that old notification bell. But for this episode here on Riverbend, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.